Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I've got a fantastic project to showcase and explain, which is perfect for those of you interested in web development and real-time communication. We'll be diving into an chat application written in Go, utilizing the Gorilla WebSocket library and HTML for the front end. And this project allows users to join a chat room and exchange messages in real time. You can check this out, the demo. Here I have two local hosts, 8080, and right now I can real-time communicate between them. This is a real-time chat. Let's just try. Is this all real? I just send it. Here you can see your other partner's message. I guess so. Let's just send it. Here you can see the real-time chat app, just like that. Okay, so let's check out for the main file, our project directory. How does it look like? How our architecture look like? Okay, so let's just start. This project I broken down into the code into three main files: main.go, room, and client.go. And I'll also briefly touch upon the chat.html and chat.js file for the HTML and JavaScript components. So let's get started. Here we will begin with the heart of the project, like all time. This is where we set up our Go web server and handle HTTP requests. I'm so excited to just explain this project because it makes me so excited. Okay, sorry. So we start by defining our package main, importing the necessary packages, and then we have struct for template handler to serve HTML templates for our web page on our chat templates, and it's under directory of template. Here you can see the overview of this project. So we basically have once file name and template. So in the main function, let's just on serve HTTP function, we just try to handle the HTTP request. Since we have just one, we're just trying to check out templates. It's a quite small one. So on our function main, we use the flag package to parse command line arguments and specify the server's address 8080. You can choose whatever you would like to if it's empty, and it's the address of application, and just parse it. Okay, and then we just try to create a new chat room to chat room instance and handle different routes for HTTP requests. We have a backslash and the room that we are trying to connect and communicate. And finally, we start the server, listen on the provided address, and handle potential errors. Just right over here. You can use the common one, the log file. Now let's just check out for room.go. We have this file contains the core functionality for managing the chat room and WebSocket communication. So we define the chat room construct, which keeps track of clients' channels for joining, leaving, and forwarding messages. And the new chat room function, it's just basically initialize a new chat room. Here you can see it just returns the chat room functionalities. And on our run method, it continues to listen for different channels and handles clients joining, leaving, broadcasting messages to all connected clients. You can see them, it's joining. If it's join, then we will just add it into true. If it's leaving, then we need to delete it from our chat room and close that. And if you want to forward it, then we need to loop through the array. And we have set up some constants for socket and message buffer sizes and create an upgrader for upgrading HTTP connections to WebSocket connections. And finally, to serve HTTP method, it upgrades an HTTP connection to a WebSocket connection. It means that creating a chat client for each user and managing their messages, and also handling some errors if there's any. Just try to add it into chat clients, defer it, create the chat client over here for each user, and manage the messages. And let's just check out for client.go. The client.go is the class where we define the chat client. The chat client struct represents an individual chatting user and contains their WebSocket connection, a channel for receiving messages, and a reference to the chat room. Here we have a read and write methods. Read method continuously reads message from the WebSocket connection and forwards them to the chat room. We are looping through it, reading message, forwarding it. And for the write function, it continues to write the message from the user's message channel to the WebSocket channel. These two methods quite same, like almost. And let's just check out for chat.html file. So if we have to move to the HTML component, so we have the chat.html. This is a basic HTML file that includes a chat container with a list of messages and an input form. You can see it's a kind of like UI, and you can see the buttons, other stuffs over here. Users can type their message in the text area and click send to send messages. And JavaScript handles the WebSocket function communication and rendering of messages over here. I don't want to deep dive over here because it's a JS file handling, but we are in Golang. That's why I'm not keeping take too much time on HTML and JavaScript functions. So let's just move to the chat.js. It's the JavaScript code for handling WebSocket communication on the client side. So it basically initializes a WebSocket communication over here and handles sending and receiving message. If there is an error, then we will just alert it. It's a JS file. Messages are displayed in the chat container, differentiating between user and other users' message using CSS classes. It also checks for WebSocket support in the user's browser and handles any connection closures. So that was basically like this. I have already showed the demo of the video of the file. Let's just try to run again. Here we can basically, like you can already see on chat.html and chat.js file, I have just caught this error. If there's any connection problem, it will just pop up an error message. Here you can see that it already successfully works. And by the way, if you realize, when I just cancel the program and rerun it, we lost all of the conversation. We do not have any database to just remain the conversation and other stuff. We will just have real-time communication. We will not see the message after or later. So let's begin. Here is the second one. Can you hear me? Here, as you can see, also it's completely an HTML file and UI thing, because I just wanted it to look like as just like the same as you are messaging with someone real, some real one. And here I am already. Can you hear me? I guess so. So that was it from now. I will just share the link of the GitHub code with you, and you can find it on the description. Thanks for watching.